Commissioner Josie's made a motion. Commissioner Anderson seconded the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Is there discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. That concludes all our work session items at this time. As customary, the next item is to have staff comments, and I think Ms. Georgia will begin with you, please.
Yes. Thank you. Just would like to announce that our natural gas department will host a compressed natural gas lunch and learn event next Wednesday, March the 18th, from 11 to 2 p.m. at Central Square Complex inside the Youth Center. During this event, we'll have like a welcome, a CNG overview. Also, there will be a panel discussion. Some of the participating entities will consist of the Municipal Gas Authority of Georgia, Phoenix Energy, Angie, and also Waste Industries and some other partners. So we do welcome the Mayor and Commission to drop by to this event.
Is this open to the public? I mean,
It is open to the
Do you need to
public.
register, Georgia, or is it just come as you, if you like?
No, and thank you for asking that, because we are taking registrations for this
Okay.
event. If anyone would like to send in on the sessions, it's a $25 entry fee.
Okay, good deal. Okay.
Our next community junk drop-off day will be held on Saturday, March the 21st from 8 until 12 at the Bryan Street Circle. Just want to remind people that whenever they're dropping off items during these collections, they must bring something to prove that they are a resident of the City of Douglas, or, I'm sorry, a customer of the City of Douglas. Some of the items that we do not accept is like tires, paint, batteries, any type of hazardous chemicals. And also, this is no commercial dumping on these days. It's residential only. And again, this is on March the 21st from 8 to 12 at the Bryan Street Circle. Our annual Tiny Tot Egg Hunt will be hosted by the Douglas Parks and Recreation Department on March the 28th. The egg hunt starts at 11 a.m. sharp, but prior to that, parents are welcome to bring the kids and have their pictures made with the Easter Bunny. The only thing about it, we just ask that you bring your own camera for this event. This Tiny Tot Egg Hunt is for boys and girls between the ages of 1 to 7, and they're welcome to participate. And the last announcement I want to say is we are preparing for the second annual Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue Festival that will be held at the Douglas Municipal Gene Chambers Airport on April the 10th and 11th. On Friday, it'll be open to the public from 1 to 11, and then on Saturday from 9 to 5 p.m. Just some of the categories of events that will take place will include a barbecue competition, a motorcycle events, car show, blues music, static display of vintage aircraft. Also, the World War II Flight Training Museum will be open for tours on that day. We'll have amusement activities for families of all ages to enjoy, as well as food and general vendors. And the gate admission will be $5 for individuals, $3 with a military ID, and 12 and under are free. And again, that's April the 10th and 11th at the Municipal Airport.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have a question for Ms. Georgia before she takes her seat? Okay, thank you, Ms. Georgia.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Mike, you want to come forward?
Thank you, Mayor Dennis. I just want to update the public on a wastewater spill that we had at the City of Douglas wastewater plant that occurred on February the 8th, 2015. Kind of take you through a quick timeline. On February 9th, the ESG staff found that they had a pump that had malfunctioned, mechanical failure. That pump was reset, and a check valve that was stuck open was closed at that time. Protocol for that particular spill was to refrigerate that sample for 48 hours, which that took us through till February 11th. On February 11th, ESG staff ran a BOD5, which is a biological oxygen demand 5-day test. This test remains in an incubator for the full 5 days to be able to get an accurate read. So that carries us through till the February the 16th. At that time, ESG staff took the reads on the BOD5 test and determined that the levels were 26 milligrams per liter. City of Douglas's permit per EPD calls for anything above 25 milligrams per liter to be classified as a major spill. At this time, we got our paperwork together. On February the 17th, we released a press release to the City of Douglas website on the water and wastewater page and the general public page, and we also turned this over to the Douglas Enterprise. We began our spill sampling that day and also posted signs upstream and downstream that a spill had occurred in that tributary. We'll finish up our third week of testing on tomorrow. As of now, we've not had any adverse effects shown to the environment or the tributary itself, and this sampling process will remain intact for a full year. So this sampling process will not conclude till next March the 10th. 2016. So we'll be sampling for a year. At that time, EPD, if they're satisfied with all our readings, that's who we'll turn these into. They will actually release us and allow us to close this spill out, and it'll be in the past.
Okay.
If there's
Corrective
any-
action taken? Mike?
Yes, sir.
Could you just explain quickly the corrective action that was?
Yeah, we actually found this pump actually sent reuse water up to the belt press to actually wash down a belt press in between pressings of sludge. It also was found that this pump fed liquid into the thickener basin where the sludge is thickened before it goes into the sludge press. We have capped that line off completely because that's where the source of the wastewater came from, was actual thickener basin itself. We have capped that line off completely, and we've also put in an air gap. So now we have a backflow prevention device and an air gap in place that if the backflow fails, the air gap will take care of the water being able to release back and go past the sand filter. Good thing about this spill, it was actually went through most of the treatment process at the wastewater plant. Only thing it didn't do was go through the sand filter. It was treated with UV light, which is our source of killing most of the bacteria forms, and it did go through our polishing pond, which aerates it back up. So that was a good thing that we did to make it through most of it. It was not completely raw wastewater. It was partially treated.
Okay.
And if
Thank
they got
you.
any questions, in-depth questions, you can reach me at 912-389-3427.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
And please give my thanks to all the guys that had a hand in taking care of that.
WDTV 13. Programming is sponsored by
Harper & Company Builders, serving Douglas and Coffee County for 29 years. And a proud sponsor of community programming.
Joe's Check Cashing.
American Truck Parts Incorporated, a proud sponsor of WDTV 13 programming. Roscoe Allen Jr. and Gubas Modular Buildings in Ocilla, Georgia. We proudly support local programming on WDTV 13. Storage Solutions, etc., locally owned and operated and located at 1010 Bowens Mill Road, Southeast in Douglas. Vickers Audio and Glass Tinting, supporting our local programming on WDTV 13.
You're not who you used to be. And neither are we. With a caring staff, experienced doctors, and the most advanced technology, Coffee Regional Medical Center in Douglas, Georgia is better than ever before.
Issue 4. Any other staff at this time? Okay. All right. At this time, we'll open up the floor from our audience for any general comments that they may have. Please go to the microphone if you would, state your name, and anyone, if you live in the city, who represents you on the commission, and would ask you to limit your comments for 3 minutes, please. Okay. Hearing none, we'll move into our mayor and commissioner comments. And I would ask Commissioner Pearson if she would lead us off, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a brief comment. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank Pastor Dawn Jones and her staff out there. At Bethel Church. They put on a Douglas Showcase Gala Friday night, and it was just remarkable, where they recognized many people from the community who are doing a good job. And I'd just like to say congratulations to Dr. Angela Jacobs, who was one of the honorees, and to all of the rest of them who were honored. I don't recall everybody, but a good job to Miss Pastor Dawn and her staff.
Thank you, Commissioner Pearson. Was well done. It was a great event. Much great recognition to a lot of people that do a lot for our community.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner Anderson.
I don't have anything.
Mr. Jessup? Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, I'd like to thank Governor Woods and her ROTC program, which put on one of the district competitions. They actually put on a competition bringing all different teams from the ROTC groups from all over the state here. They only put it on, but they're getting prepared to travel to Daytona. They're getting ready to travel to Daytona to compete in the national championship, and we ask that you get behind them and support them because they are very active in the community and they need your support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioner Moore?
Yes, I've been asked by several people to find out, since we're in the budget process, what does the actual cost of us operating the Ashley Slater House. I know one part of the year we had a contract with the chamber and they backed out and I moved somewhere else. And I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't ever remember us ringing anything up before this commission about how we were going to absorb the money we had lost from them. And I'd just like to know, and others would, what it costs the taxpayers to operate the Ashley Slater House per year.
Okay.
I don't have that figure right with me.
I don't
Okay.
expect it right now, but maybe the next meeting.
Yeah, okay, so he just wants to just give an accounting, quick accounting of the, if that would be acceptable, Commissioner Moore, just an accounting of the cost of operation. You know,
What
like
it
say an
costs.
accounting of the cost of the operation for the house. Is that what you're saying? Okay,
Taxpayers.
okay, got you, okay. Okay, Mr. Swain?
Yeah, just for some of our citizens' stake, I've been asked questions about ditches, especially in our residential areas, and I think we kind of touched base on that on our last work session, and trying to figure out what kind of plans or what progress are we towards correcting some of those ditches in our residential, especially in our residential areas. I think Jacob, but he's not here right now, but yeah, because it looks.
Just to answer.
Go ahead.
I want you know, since we have purchased a Spider and this thing has done tremendous things that nothing else around can do, and I just wonder if it would be possible that we could take that thing. I know it's not used all the time by Jacob and his crew, but could we have people that's trained that, you know, somebody sign up for it, they'd like to have it this coming week, and they do jobs that nothing else we got can take care of it, and it would eliminate a lot of the things that Commissioner has talked about. And I know we've got some mighty boggy places that nothing else will go in, but if we could have somebody, I'm sure they got more than one person can operate it. I know I couldn't, but it's a tremendous machine, and it can go places that nothing else can. And of course, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday. But if we could maybe, you know, loan that thing out from different departments, that they have people that are qualified. If not, we need to get some more qualified people to operate it.
Yeah, I know those are ditches serve a purpose, but it's more messy, looks like, around the community. I've seen the mess that's especially when it rains, it leaves a mess in there and it just stays there. So we need to come up with a plan to kind of correct that at some point in time.
Just to give you a perspective of that, and that's Jacob there. He must have stepped away for a few minutes. We have had this discussion in regards to a maintenance program for the ditches per se, where you clean out the ditches on a regular basis. Now, the Spider, the Menzie Muck, as it is currently, that's probably for the more canals, the tributary areas, and those types of areas are hard to get to.
Yeah.
The residential, that's really not per se what the Menzie Muck was designed for per se. But I mean, backhoes